Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are broken. What the heck happened to her eyes? He's f***ing huge! Where's she going? Oh. If you've been on the internet since the new Pokemon games came out, you have probably seen some of these clips. Scarlet and Violet are some of the messiest and most unfinished Pokemon games I have ever played, but dang, they're still a lot of fun. This made me want to see which of these glitches I could replicate, and while we're at it, I can show you how to do some of them as well. The out of bounds glitch. In my opinion, these types of glitches are the most fun to explore, making them an obvious first choice to look at. For the first method, we're going to head over to Area 3, the East Province, where we can find all these small caves. I found this one located right here on the map to work best. Once we get a Pokemon to spawn inside, we want to run into it from behind on our mount, and if we're lucky, we'll be placed inside the ceiling. Ending the fight will put us out of bounds and let us explore outside Paldea. There's a lot of areas just past the walls where we can stand and sometimes even encounter Pokemon, but most of what we can find is a giant ocean of water below the map. Sometimes when swimming, we'll get warped up to the surface because the game always tries to keep us on the highest water platform, which can create this weird floating effect if we try to fly into an area below water. Another way we can get out of the map is by warping to the Pokemon League and going to this specific part of the cliffside. Using the auto aim feature, we can clip the camera out of bounds and see any Pokemon that spawned outside the map. If we throw a Pokeball at one standing in the right spot, it'll place us on top of the cliff where we can then run from the battle. The game will auto-save, and upon relaunching, we'll spawn out of bounds if we were in the right spot. Both of these methods are pretty finicky and difficult to get, but this last one is really easy if you want to try a glitch out yourself. As a quick note, it shows an in-game location, so spoiler warning. First, we want to head to the Great Crater of Paldea, warp to Station 2, and then make our way past this river, behind these rocks, and into the hidden cave where you find Soaring Moon and Iron Valiant. Climb up the wall at the waterfall where you'll find this little rock jutting out at the top, hop from side to side, pressing up after each hop. Eventually, you'll just clip through the ceiling. Yes, it really is that simple. This glitch gives such a cool perspective of the crater, presenting the interesting opportunity to look at the whole stage at once. Navigating this out of bounds area is really tricky and there isn't a whole lot to explore, but it does give us that cool view of the crater, which we couldn't get otherwise. You can do the same ceiling clip in other parts of the game, like the cave near Alfornada Town. We can head over to this overhang, climb under it, side hop, and easily clip through. From here, you can explore the out of bounds and really just do whatever you want. The Superspeed Glitch. This one is super simple and just requires a switch in handheld mode and 2 controllers. If you just hold both joysticks at a diagonal angle, you'll run at a faster than normal speed. Bam, easy. Next glitch. Olive gliding. If we push the olive roll olive found in Cortando into a corner and jump on it in the right way, it'll levitate us into the air. This is actually a lot harder than it looks, but with enough practice, I was able to get pretty consistent at nailing the trick. The backwards long jump. Did you know that it's possible to climb up steep slopes without any mount upgrades? Well, you can. If you jump backwards into a slope and time another jump right as you hit the ground, you climb upwards even without upgrades. This trick actually sees some use in speedruns too, where players will use it to get items like XP candy and TMs early on. The subscribe glitch. For some weird reason, the video won't continue unless you subscribe. So, you know it's free, right? Alright, fine. School skip. Do you hate going to school, making friends, and the Pokemon games in general? Well, you're in luck because this glitch is for you. At the start of the game, after picking your first starter and heading into Lost Plateaus, go up to this part of the map where you'll find an unreachable cliff with Pokemon spawning. You can use the lock-on feature to throw a Pokeball at one of these mons, causing you to warp across to the other side. This gives you access to the South Province Area 4 without having to ever go to school. You can't do much by getting here early, but if you manage to find a few XP candies and give it to your starter, you'll get a ridiculously overpowered Pokemon for the early game. Starter skip. So let's say you hate the Pokemon game so much you want to play Pokemon without Pokemon. Well, I've got the solution for you. After starting up a fresh save file, head onto this bush. You'll want to walk up onto this slope, pause the game, and save. This is incredibly precise, but if you did it right, when you relaunch the game, you'll actually end up on top of the cliff where you're able to head into Pogo Path before ever getting your starter. If you try to head up to the lighthouse, you'll get blocked by a "you're not supposed to be here" text prompt. You can get around it by hopping off the cliff to Inlet Grotto and walking out the exit that leads you up towards Los Platos. The next logical step here would be to go to school, but it's locked. Since we don't have any Pokemon, we can't use the normal trick to skip school and have to do something else. If we head up to this spot on the map, with a few precise slides, we can make our way up to Area 5. This lets us basically travel anywhere on the map. I was even able to make it all the way up to the lighthouse on the far north side of Paldea. Other than walk around, we can't really do anything. Pokemon battles crash the game, the Pokemon Center crashes the game, you can't challenge gyms, Team Star Raids don't work, but we can walk around their base for some reason. The only thing we can do is pick up XP items to give to an egg that we don't actually have, so that's kind of neat. But other than that, you get to truly play Pokemon without everything that makes it Pokemon. The item dupe glitch. Did you know that there's an item dupe glitch in this game? Yes? Well, too bad, I want to talk about it, and they patched it. Funnily enough, you can still do the glitch if you've already performed the first half of the exploit by duping your legendary Pokemon. All you have to do is make sure your original legendary is in ride form, and then put your duped legendary in your party. Give them the item you want to dupe, and swap your dupe legendary to ride form. Next, go to box 1, press X twice, and then L, select Koraidon, and then put away the held item. Go back to your party, return your legendary to ride form, and then repeat. You may have thought you patched the dupe glitch, but heck you, GameFreak, I have 585 Beast Balls. The shiny clone glitch. If item duping wasn't enough for you, there's actually a method to dupe shinies. It's pretty simple and even still works in the 1.1.0 update. You want to load up a union circle with a friend, create a sandwich together that has shiny and encounter power level 3, and then start hunting. Once you or your friend finds a shiny, you'll want the player who found it to save their game. The other person can then come over and encounter the shiny. Next, the player who saved their game needs to close it. Once that's done, you can catch the shiny. The player who saved in front of the shiny can then reopen the game, where the shiny Pokemon will still be right in front of them, allowing you and your friend to get exact copies of the same shiny Pokemon, and I do mean exact copies. Both of the Rufflets here have the exact same stats, nature, and mark, making them identical in every way except original trainer ID. Last but not least, we have the Twitter glitches. I'm calling them that because they're those viral clips that all seem to happen completely randomly due to the general issues with Scarlet and Violet. Basically, the games have a memory leak, so the longer you play the game for, the worse it starts to run, causing weird stuff to happen just like this. Now, not all of these viral clips are due to memory leaks. Some of them are just strategic placing of players in co-op mode, or maybe the game trying to place your Pokemon in a weird spot that causes them to fall off of a cliff. In spite of all of these being completely useless, however, you gotta admit, they're at least kind of funny. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video, consider watching the one on your screen now. Thanks.